So again, another computer vision hangout in the Hugging Face Discord channel, right? It's already June. The last one was middle of April, around Easter. I always try to do it every 6 weeks or so to have enough things to tell you about. Today we are joined by Niels Fleischmann from Luna AI, who will tell us a bit about, speeding up basically diffusers pipelines, if I recall correctly. You know, saying I'm excited for that because I have to say diffusers and image generation in general are things I've been not paying that much attention to for the last year or so. So yeah. But before that, I just the agenda. So first of all, we'll tell you what's new at Hugging Face in computer vision. There's quite some stuff actually. Not so much on the model side, but a lot of educational things, which is great. And we will have the presentation by Niels. And in the end, we have our quiz, right? So this time, the quiz is mostly assembled of old quizzes. It's just some fun computer vision questions, some stuff you might know, some you probably don't know. I think I wouldn't know half of it if I would just get the questions. So don't sweat it. Don't feel bad if you don't know stuff. You don't have to participate, of course, in the quiz. You can just drop out. You can just watch whatever you feel like. But now we start with, what's new? What's new? The first thing I put here is intern VL3 in transformers, right? So intern VL is a vision language model, as the name suggests, the third version of it. And yeah, it's pretty high up in most benchmarks they show, of course, as they would not show it, as always, right? And you can use it with the transformers library now. So here on the slides, I've also shared the slides afterwards, right? So the paper, here the docs for the transformers side. So here it just says intern VL, but it's like intern VL3 family of vision language models. And yeah, it basically tells you how to use it, right? There's this thing where you can see, it's so good, right? It's this line right up here, way better than all the rest in, which benchmark is it? I don't know. Open Compass. Not sure what that checks exactly. Yeah. There's also a demo down here, right? So you can write two spaces and, for example, like this, explain this image, which is like a shark in sneakers. And yeah, it will explain you the image. From what I catch, the model does basically what every vision language model does. You can upload your picture, you can ask questions. You can probably get embedding somehow. If you want to check it out, here free. Then there's define. Oh, that is nice. Come on. I want to stop the video, but okay. So on the left side, you see define, which is a real-time object detection model. And on the right side, you see YOLO 11, which is also a real-time object detection model, right? Probably you know about the YOLO family of models, and every few months. Also, there's a new version of it. I think we're at YOLO 12, 13, I don't know. Define might be a model you have not heard of, but which seems to be pretty good in real-time object detection. So here you get the comparison directly, right, between the two. And it detects a lot. And yeah, it looks really interesting. Maybe a good alternative, because you might know that YOLO, especially Ultralytics YOLO stuff, is, if I remember correctly, not allowed for, you call it business use? It's another word, but yeah, you can't use it in your production if you make money with that stuff. So defining this object detection model is in transformers as well, and you can also just use it with transformers. And there's the wrong demo here. No, it's just the wrong name, but the demo link is right. So it is a defined demo, and you can, test it out with stuff you have, image or video, whichever you want to do, and see if it works. Takes a moment. Okay. See, you even get names. Oh, it looks really good. Get a lot of tags. It even detects really small stuff as like the phone down there, right? So yeah, that's a video here. This video, which is mostly interesting for the pose estimation. That's the name, right? Because the guy spins around. Actually, for pose estimation, it's a pretty challenging video. Now it takes forever. Okay, we don't wait. We will go on. Yeah, define in transformers. Another one that was added recently is SAM HQ. So it's like the segment anything model from Meta, but in a high quality way, right? Because SAM has some resolution problems. So there's this high quality one. Again, with a demo. It's better for getting an idea, maybe. And yeah, so if you want really high quality segmentation masks, it's better to use this SAM high quality one. We're in the queue. Okay. In general, that's what SAM does, right? Tries to segment everything it can in the picture. Probably you can also prompt it somehow, because like the original SAM, right, you can put some dots or whatever on stuff you want to segment. And I guess that is also possible with the high quality SAM. Yeah. So the processing, we just move on to the next one. That is a model called Colquen2. That's a bit special because there is no paper or anything for it. Even though I put paper here, but it's actually the Colpali paper. And Colquen2 is just, well, it's like Colpali, which you might know, and that is something that is used for analyzing documents, and you can use it pretty well for stuff like RAG pipelines when you want to extract information from a document. And originally Colpali is the version that uses PaliGemma, and Colquen2 is really similar to Colpali, just that it uses Quen2 as backbone and not PaliGemma. So yeah, that's pretty similar. And I did not find a demo with it. So if you want to, you can build a demo with Colquen2 and share it. It's probably pretty cool. Shouldn't be too hard, honestly. Just take an existing Colpali demo and replace it with Colquen2. And then you can go and you have a cool demo that you can share. And you will be the first one with it. Most likely. Maybe you just didn't find it. Just code something with Colquen2 in spaces and you're good. Okay. I think that was already the last. Yeah, that was already the last model for now. So in the last 6 weeks, those were the models that have some computer vision connection to transformers that were added directly into the library and transformers, right? There is a bunch of other models that came out that can be used with transformers. So you can go like auto model, whatever thing, and you can just load the weights from the other models. I did not include all of them here because it would be too many. And I just focused on models that are directly available in the transformers library. Okay. Next one is a really cool thing, and that is the blog post called Vision Language Models 2.0. And a lot of people from the Hugging Face team contributed to that one. To go there. Second. Yeah. So especially Merve, Sergio, Aritra, Pedro, and Andres, which I would say are the main people working on computer vision right now at Hugging Face. And they created a really good overview of the current state of the art for vision language models, right? So they have this table of contents, new model trends, specialized capabilities, multimodal agents, video language models, new alignment techniques, new benchmarks. Of course, there are always new benchmarks coming out on a rolling basis. And even more resources. So if you wonder, like, okay, what's the current state in vision language models? What should I pay attention to? It was published in May, so May 12th. It's not that old. It's pretty up to date. And it's a great place to start if you just want to get like your idea of how everything works and what you should look into. It's a lot to read. I haven't read it all myself, I have to say. But maybe I will when I have some time to do that. Okay. Vision language models 2.0. I will just go on here. Because the next one is Nano VLM, which also is a really cool project by the Hugging Face people. And it's basically a repository that lets you train your own small vision language model, right? So that's here the educational value is more on the practical side. The blog post before was mostly theoretical, right? They just, okay, this and that. If you're more the practical kind of guy, then you can go here to this repository and have a look at Nano VLM and how that is built, how you can fine tune it, how you can train it from scratch. They all put it in here. It's a really nice resource as well. I saw it even got started by Andre Carpati, right? So that's like, it is pretty good. They have 3,000 stars now. It could be more, I would say, for the value it gives you. Have I started? Now I've started, right? You can start as well. It's it's a really cool repository. I think they even have, there's a repository. They have a blog post about it as well. If you're like, okay, but how do I get started with the whole thing? You can go to the blog post, and I think they tell you like, okay, you can go this and this, working with a repository, right? Yeah. Images. You can also directly test the model and the demo, the Aritra created here. Right. So Nano, I mean, it's not like the best of vision language models, of course. It's really small and it's just educational. But it's really cool when you train it yourself and you see it actually gives you a good output, something you expect. Yeah. Let's see if it gives us output. Yes. Even 4 different ones. Okay. Seems pretty accurate. Except for generation 3. I don't know. An undated Klause, aka cheerleader cat lying on the bed. It's a really special cheerleader cat. I can see that. Okay. Nano VLM. There's one more thing for Nano VLM actually. Because, Arita created another post about the key value cache that he created from scratch in Nano VLM. So the key value cache, maybe some people know, it's mainly for speeding up generation, right? When you have a good key value cache, you can just produce your outputs way faster with the same accuracy, basically. And Arita wrote on how he implemented that completely from scratch with the Nano VLM repository. You see, a lot of nice educational resources, right? And there's more. There's Gemma 3 for object detection. So there's a Gemma 3 large language model by Google that you might know. And Arita and Sergio from Hugging Face thought about, hey, what about turning this large language model into something that can do object detection as well? And they went on, they created this repository here. And they also trained a model for license plate detection. Easy enough, I would say, for something like that. And they also have like these open issues where they call for contributions somewhere. Yeah. Contributions welcome here. All right, so they've got this list of things you can do, sign up for. I think there are already some people who have signed up for stuff. But they're really happy to have people contribute to this repository. If you feel like want to do something in that direction, want to explore that, go to their repository here. I also linked it in the slides, right? And yeah, I mean, they're super friendly, super helpful. Just create an issue, create a pull request. There are some open, as you can see. And yeah, you can get some experience with the whole thing. Yeah, again, here, repo model. There even is a demo for it, for the license plate detection. Okay. So now we're diving into something different. With a missing image. It's called small VLA. Right? So maybe you know small VL, which is a small vision language model. Small VLA is the small vision language action model. And that is something that comes from the Le Robot side. So it actually is something that is the interface between robots and vision and language. Right, so they trained their own small vision language action model to control robots with. And yeah, if you're into robotics, I guess that is really cool. And yeah, it's quite small. It's 450 million parameters. And you can use it directly in the robot framework. So here they tell you everything about it. This, like that. And yeah, if you're into robotics, check it out. And I announced that this time in Hangout, the first time I would talk about diffusers, the diffusers library. And I will, right? So diffusers, if you don't know, is a library by Hugging Face for everything about image creation, basically. I would say only diffusion models, but I think it's not only diffusion models at this point. Just like transformers, it's not only transformer models at this point. So it started out as a thing for diffusion models. Now it's general image and video generation. And yeah, they had the new release. There's a bunch of stuff they added. I won't go through all the release notes because half of it, I don't know what it means anyway. As I said, closely followed the development in image generation for the last year or so. It might be a good point to jump back in. But yeah, if you want, you can check out the release notes for the new release. They also added pipeline level quantization in diffusers. So diffusers have these pipelines where you basically can put models together and then you can create images, videos, whatever you want with it. And if you have multiple models in one pipeline, before they added this feature, you had to quantize every model itself, basically. And now you can just say, like, I want the whole pipeline quantized. And yeah, it does it for you. So it's just a bit simpler now to quantize your pipelines or your models in general in diffusers. And another thing is an educational thing. So there's Sana Sprint, which is a model that lets you create images really, really fast. I don't know exactly how fast, but the focus of the Sana Sprint model is on creating images extremely fast, right? It might not be the best accurate, but best quality, but it's just really, really fast. And here they created a repository how to train it yourself. Right. So if you want a model that can really quickly create images and you want it with some custom stuff, you can go here and have a look at the repository. And then there's one last thing, which also is a blog post about exploring quantization backends in diffusers. right? So what I understood from looking into diffusers for the first time now in a while, just to create this presentation, it's still a lot about getting things faster and more effective, right? It's about like reducing the RAM it needs, reducing the time it takes to create images. But that's always still a big thing. And that's why I'm happy to have Niels on here, who will tell us how we can speed up things with Bruna AI. And we'll get to that in a minute. I will just... It's okay, Niels. Sorry, I was just... anyhow, erase the send to go to the speaker stage. I will just quickly say, like, okay, here I collected people to follow if you're interested in updates about computer vision for Hugging Face and everything. So that's all these people on here on these 2 slides, basically. Right. If you follow them on X, LinkedIn, maybe you find it somewhere else, you're pretty well informed. Because usually what I do right before I do these presentations is that I just go through their feeds and collect everything from them and then put it in here and talk about it.